Before we get in the video, please like, make sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications, go ahead and leave a comment below, and click on the How You Can Help, which brings up the Family Friendly Game website and gives you lots of ideas how you can help us. Thank you. Hey everybody, Paul Berry, Family Friendly Gaming, with me is
Peter.
And we're doing FFG Chronicles on some franchises we'd like to see return to the video game industry. Got a list here, and actually this came from Chizu. So we're going to have a discussion about, he talked about, it was like that Bat game, the Acrobat game, Ariel the Acrobat, and some other 16-bit franchises and whatnot.
If we're talking about things that have been heard of, allow me to tell you about the best game on the Nintendo Wii, Knights, Journey of Dreams.
There's also Knights on, I think, the Sega Saturn.
I don't think it survived after that. I think it just perished.
Yeah, it didn't come back. So one of the franchises I've been looking forward to have returned for a long time is Shining Force. And I know the history behind Shining Force. I know Sega and Camelot had problems and all that, but Sega should have the license. They should be able to do more Shining Force games, just like Natsume had the Harvest Moon franchise, and when they and Marvelous split, they still did more Harvest Moon games. It was completely different and really not as good, but at least they kept the franchise going. So Sega could bring back Shining Force.
They didn't have Shining Force anymore. They had different Shining games. So.
Yeah, they did. None more.
They tried them. They tried a different formula. It just didn't work. It was Shining, though.
Yeah, they tried some Shining games. They just didn't.
Speaking of the one that's living right now,
Shine.
One thing I don't know what it is, but I guess it's like a type that I want back. So there's a couple of things that I noticed. Some of the old DS games. I don't know if you remember Pokemon Conquest. Koei Tecmo did that. The Koei Tecmo games that are not the Nobunga's Ambition or the Dynasty Warriors are usually really good.
Usually.
And then another thing is with Shining Forces, I remember, I don't know what it is, but when they split the Fire Emblems, I didn't like that you had to pay for 3 games. But for some reason, that was my favorite game. Versus when they put 3 houses together and it's all in one game, I can't stay focused on the story.
Yeah, speaking of Koei Tecmo, I've just been doing streams on Twitch. Of course, videos have been coming over to YouTube.
I think you finished it.
For Fairy Tail. Yeah, I'm still gonna. I think I'm gonna play the epilogue, but I did get the final chapter, and there's an epilogue after the final chapter, so I'll just kind of see what's up with that. But yeah, I like the Fairy Tail. I mean, it was only like 16 hours, so it wasn't a lot. But still, it was kind of cool. And I guess I could have done a lot more. I could have done more character progression, more character stories. I could have
maybe before
more things.
Maybe before we go too far off a tangent, we should maybe save this for another topic some other time.
Yeah. So something else I'd like to see return is, and we were talking about this before, is I'd like to see some kids dance games. Now, you actually disagree with me.
Yeah, I think that it would just be pointless. You're paying the same amount you'd be paying for a game that includes all of it and comes with a free whatever of Just Dance Unlimited, usually. Or they do usually have a kids section versus you could pay for a kids game and not get the rest of Just Dance.
Right. But there's more than that. And then this might segue into something else, which is also there was Zumba Kids, which hasn't been a Zumba Kids game in a long time.
Yeah, there hasn't really been a real good Zumba game in a bit, and it's a pain for us to record them. Yeah,
and unfortunately, that's something that really is obnoxious. We have an agreement with Zumba LLC that we can sit there and have the videos on YouTube, but like when we put the last one, those burn it up, something like that. I think it was Burn It Up, Zumba Burn It Up. And we had complete rights from the video game publisher that we could sit there and do videos and put on YouTube. We got a copyright strike from Zumba that we were violating their license and copyright and all that. And I went back to my contacts and I was like, well, what's up? We have this agreement from years ago that we could, do these Zumba games. Like, oh, okay, yeah. Then they removed the copyright strike immediately after I contacted them. But still, it's like, if I do another Zumba game, I'm going to probably have the same problem. Even though they're supposed to remember, they never seem to remember not to do that.
It's not that they're doing it, it's just an automatic thing that happens.
No, it actually came from a person. It was an automatic.
They're flagged automatically, someone reviews it.
Yeah,
that person doesn't have access to all the little minuscule things from every single person that they've maybe given.
Yeah.
But they probably only keep track of the people that are actually big.
It could be. As we've continued to grow, we're currently at 100, almost 133K as we're doing this video.
Someone that pulls more than 1 million views every video would be more detrimental if they were to mess up with than someone that pulls somewhere that ranges between 10 and then 1 million or so. Like,
yeah, ours. I don't even know what the lowest Zumba video has. It may be 50K, 100K.
It's less.
I know we've got Zumba videos with millions of views.
Yeah,
we've got them in the million. Usually the Zumba kids. Shocker. The Zumba kids are the ones that are doing the best. A franchise that going back all the way back to the 8-bit era, I like this franchise better than Zelda. Okay, Crystallis. Crystallis was a fun game on the 8-bit NES, and then I think they put it on the Game Boy Color, and they ported it. But I would really like to see more Crystallis games. I'm really kind of bummed that Crystallis never went anywhere. I think, if I remember right, it's because it's the constantly in bankruptcy SNK Corporation who created it. So that might be why we've got nothing Crystallis.
I'm honestly astonished they managed to get Terry and Smash. Like, that's just mind-blowing with SNK going under so many times.
Yeah, and what's even more baffling about SNK going under so many times is they go under, and they come back they come right back, and like they buy up their own assets. It's like, what? Huh? Like, so it's like SNK goes bankrupt, no one wants it. And so the people who were doing SNK are like, oh, well, we can scrounge together $1,000 to get all the copyrights for it back. And I'm like, what? Like, they keep doing it. I don't know. Somehow they're borrowing money from people who let them borrowing money. And I don't know why, because they keep failing, kind of like Atari. Mm-hmm. Although Atari has a new system coming out pretty soon, don't they?
Supposedly.
I mean, it may get delayed like the Intellivision.
Maybe there'll be a break. Maybe there'll be another bankruptcy in between the release.
It could be Amigo. Intellivision Amigo is supposed to be coming out. Well, what's supposed to be coming out this year now? It's what, February?
I don't know.
April, something like next year in 2021. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, but I've always kind of enjoyed the Crystallis franchise.
Speaking of Zelda, since you said it was better, hot take. Plenty of people have this take. Breath of the Wild was my favorite Zelda game, but it's also the worst Zelda game. There is no incentive to play anything else. You can just go straight to Ganon and kill the end boss. I love that, but it also makes it the worst game because there's nothing but Ganon.
Don't you have to at least go through that little intro plateau part, right?
No. You can skip that. By getting the stasis thing, once you have magnetic, you can get on a door, launch the door, and send yourself straight to Ganon. You can just skip all that.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go.
It's a glitch, but you can still do it, unless they patched it. I remember that being a thing the speedrunners used to do. They just skip the entire plateau. It's just, bye, Ganon.
Another character I like to see back, it's been since the 16-bit era, and I don't even know if they still use this character anymore anywhere. It's a 7-Up Dot. There were some 7-Up Dot games that were pretty cool. You've never played them.
Never heard of them.
I played them. They actually were impressive for the franchise licensed characters. It was one of the better ones coming from a product that, of course, you're always seeing 7-Up in the game.
Let's for the sake of time, let's combine the next one into this.
Oh, Chester the Cheetah.
Let's just say that the mascots of like food things and other name brands, those types of games, because there was also the Burger King games. There was a lot of different games.
I like the Burger King games.
They were stupid. They were unbalanced. They were the worst things I've ever played, but like they were neat.
It was like $5 for Big Bumpin'. I mean, come on, who doesn't like $5 for Big Bumpin'? I mean, I always wanted to play a what is that one? The bumper cars at the fair.
The bumper cars?
Yeah, that was Big Bumpin'.
What are the bumper cars at the fair?
Yeah, the bumper cars.
You answered your own question.
Yes, there you go. Another franchise that has not been around for a while, they kind of tried to reboot it with like Starfire or whatever it was, the Star ones they did. But the Mega Man Battle Network. They did the Mega Man Battle Network 6 games, and it was like one entire story that explains pre-Mega Man. So it was like a prequel to every Mega Man game, right?
I did like the DS ones, the whatever they were, the 3 or 4, however I remember playing those.
Yeah, I liked how you battled. I liked the layout. I liked everything they did with Mega Man Battle Network, except for 4. I didn't like having to donate to a Buddhist temple in 4, but otherwise the rest of them were great. And yeah, one of them I think 5 came out on the DS, if I remember right, as well as the GBA. So I'd like to see those come back some fashion. They did one on the Wii, which was a side scroller, which wasn't as good.
I just like the Mega Man X games.
Oh, Mega Man X, yeah.
But specifically the Mega Man X on the GameCube that was like an RPG.
Oh, I understand about the 3D looking one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was good.
We should maybe like dig that up and do a series someday.
I know we have it. I remember playing it. It's somewhere in the closet, I'm pretty sure. That or the attic.
And the family from the gaming vault. That's what we'll call it, the gaming vault. Something we've talked about off and on is NCAA sports games. You know, basketball, football, baseball. I mean, I miss them.
I mean, sports games in general, it's a pretty dying field.
Yeah, it's like you have generally one company does one game and that's it. I mean,
and none of them are really good.
Sony does baseball, EA does football, 2K does basketball. Let's see, well, yeah, you have Konami and EA that both do soccer, and then EA's the only one who does hockey, and then 2K bought up the HB Studios, so they do the golf.
And then we occasionally, very sparingly, get some sort of boxing or UFC. We occasionally get something like that, some MMA thing from miscellaneous people, but usually they're not good. EA makes an okay one.
Well, and also let's not forget the NASCAR racing, which
that's not a sport.
Well, some people call it sport.
All right.
Let me before we argue about whether that's a sport or not. Yeah, they turn to the right. No, they turn to the left or right. Sorry, I'm wrong. Okay, so the funny thing about NASCAR is every year it's like a new company that's making it. Like for I don't know how many years in a row it's like been a different company, and it's like, good grief. Like, you know, they can't like settle on one license and one company doing it. Although the games progressively get worse every year, so
the best way I can describe racing a full-length race in a NASCAR game without turning around and crashing into people is you put a metal plate and you like glue it to your head, and then you get another metal plate and you put it on a wall and you just keep banging your head against it so that the metal plate hits you and you're hitting the metal plate so you feel it more, so just with a resounding ding every single lap as you realize there's 100 of these things. I have to turn left 4 times 100, so that's 400 times I have to turn left. While over here in the most mundane announces, oh, he's gonna pass him. The only time they're actually interesting is, hey, what's he doing? He's gonna get a black flag.
or when they have the crew chief.
Mm-hmm. The same.
Hey, you're going the wrong way. You don't need to be doing that. We're not doing a demolition derby here. That's the best part. If you ever watch some of our live streams,
the worst NASCAR games are the ones that don't let you turn around. And those are the ones that I instantly just nope. Can we just like give this a fat 0 and it's done? Like that's it.
There is one exception to the horrible sports genre right now. Rugby.
The rugby games are okay.
No, I'm saying is there actually is some diversity in rugby games.
Yeah.
You know, there's the rugby, there's rugby live,
that's
there's
because
rugby
EA
league.
sort of dropped it.
Yeah, EA. Well, the thing is, we're getting all our rugby games from Australia, and Australia actually has some real competition going on in the rugby games. So that's pretty cool.
They're not exactly good, but they're getting there.
Yeah.
Slowly.
So I'd like to see college sports come back. Might be cool if someone did like a high school football game or something, you know, high school basketball. Just
they have like little
different.
high school tidbits and like some of the story, like you play from high school
right
all the way through college, all the way to the pro league.
Yeah. There's 2 more franchises. I'm gonna put these together since they're kind of the same kinds of games. That would be the Larry Boy and the Bible game. But I want both those franchises to come back. It's been too long. I'm very sorry that Crave is gone, Crave Entertainment, because they were the ones who gave a shot at this. Although they survived quite a few years after making those games, so I don't think those games, you know, trashed them like the what was that, the gamepad for THQ that they did, the draw thing, the Uplay, yeah, that just decimated them. But
Nordic brought them back, but they're not the same THQ. They've been gutted. They lost all their Disney stuff.
Yeah, and that was something that I've talked about before. Is I really want to see the THQ Cars games come back. Those would be cool, but you know, I didn't really like the Warner Brother one, the Cars 3 Driven to Win. I just wasn't that great. I was like, eh. And I really like the Disney one, the Cars 2. That was just, they tried to make it like Mario Kart, I think, and they just didn't quite make it. You had talked about Munchables.
Yeah, Munchables. That's a game I think I did a series on it like way back before we had commentary. It was a game. By all accounts, it's not really good, but it's just sort of like it's neutral enough that I played it through like 5-6 times and it was okay. Like it's just.
It's something absorbing. Like you absorb more,
Yeah.
get bigger and bigger, and be able to get bigger.
It's a concept they use in a lot of different games. I remember the thing, but the one where you're just like a bowler rolling around collecting trash and becoming
the Katamari Damacy.
Yeah, it's a concept that's used in lots of different things. It's just it hasn't really.
Yeah, they haven't really been doing much of it. And we already talked about.
Yeah, we were talking about Zumba. Another one is I don't think they've really done Dr. Mario or any of the puzzle type games like that in a while. Like the puzzle type spin-offs where like I remember the Pokemon Puzzle League.
Pokemon Puzzle League, yeah.
There's different little spin-offs they haven't really done. I mean, I guess they have Trazai now, but it's still sparing and they're not even something I enjoy.
A game going all the way back to the 8-bit that I miss, and they beat Nintendo and Mario at doing this concept. It's Little Nemo the Dream Master. So Little Nemo the Dream Master, you would find different, I can't remember if it was like candies or whatever, skins. You would turn into like a frog and you could swim. So way before they did it in Mario where you turn into a frog and swim.
Them beating Nintendo at something's a hot take considering who's still around.
I think Capcom made this, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but who's still around? What series is still around? What series survived?
Oh, Mario survived, yeah. I guess Little Nemo the Dream Master didn't do that well, but I thought it was a cool game. I really enjoyed it back in the day. Maybe it's something I'll have to play.
Probably a cult classic.
I would think so.
Even that.
I would think so,
It may not even be considered a classic, just cult.
Yep. So you want to bring up the last one?
The last one that I thought about was some of the Lego IPs. The last one I can remember would be like Lego City Undercover, where it's not like based on a movie or some other thing. Because like you have the Lego Star Wars books, movies, all that. You have the Lego Harry Potter, yet again, books and movies. Then you got the Lego
Marvel, Lego DC.
The last one that we really got that was just Lego was technically Lego City Undercover. I guess you could say the Lego movie, but the Lego movie was taken from a movie that was based off of Lego, so it's like a second-hand IP.
Yeah, and remember, we played some. I played some on like the PlayStation. Some of the really old.
They're not the best, but they're neat.
Lego Raiders.
Lego Soccer's a thing.
Lego Soccer, yeah. Actually, we did. I think we did a video of Lego Soccer. I think it's on our channel. Yeah, and so they could do like Lego basketball, Lego football, Lego baseball. They could do all of those if they really wanted to. In fact, you could actually put that like inside a new Lego City game. I mean, you wouldn't have to have a Lego City Undercover. It could be, Lego City Worldwide or something. They had some. It's some MMO Lego, I remember.
Lego Worlds, yeah. It wasn't the best. It sort of just died. There's a couple like that, they just didn't really go nowhere.
What was the other one? Was it Lego Worlds, the one that was on the Switch? Remember they gave us the case for it and everything?
I think so. Okay. Yeah, because that was also on the Xbox and the game chose on both.
So yeah, that was the kind of the last Lego one, so. But that's all the kind of the franchises we'd like to see return. We did a little research on it and did.
There may be more if you can think of more. There's a comment section.
Yeah, please have a comment below. And don't forget to turn on notifications. YouTube will not tell you have a new video unless you turn on notifications. So definitely turn on your notifications.
Well, in order to turn on notifications, you have to do something else. Key, you have to subscribe.
Subscribe! So please subscribe. And also to let you know, we have place openings for advanced members. There's like 3 levels of membership we have. I guess technically 4 if you say the free members, and then you have the beginning, the medium, and then the advanced. And advanced members get to ask for 1 game that we'll play, gameplay per month, as long as it's rated EC to T. We'll go ahead and play that for you. So,
I'd like to thank everyone for watching and say have a wonderful rest of your day.
Bye.